Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I have some huge news for you with regard to the electric vehicle industry. The electric vehicle industry has gained a ton of hype throughout the last few years to the point where a lot of people call it a bubble that's ready to pop. But with the news that we got today, this bubble will at least survive for a couple more years because it's going to be growing based off of what our new president said today. This morning during a press conference, he said that he would be replacing the entirety of the government fleet, which is enormous by the way, with electric vehicles. Now obviously from his point of view, this was to attempt to create jobs and to create green energy and all of this. But from the investment point of view, all I'm hearing is that there's going to be a lot more money pumped into this sector, and the stocks today have certainly shown that. In terms of just how big this transformation is going to be, President Biden said, quote, "This would be the largest mobilization of public investment and procurement infrastructure since World War II. This makes sense because the fleet has 650 total thousand vehicles, with 245,000 basic civilian vehicles, 175,000 devoted to military, 225,000 in the post office, and this is only growing every single year as our military and general government continues to expand." Apparently they were already up for replacement. He even said the government has been running bids to replace them, meaning that this has been long in the making, and thank goodness it finally got announced because a lot of these stocks had become kind of stagnant, but they're making big runs once again. Another thing that this is going to do is increase the general exposure to the EV sector. There's going to be millions of government employees that are now going to be forced to drive and learn to enjoy these vehicles on a daily basis. This is going to expand to their life at home, where they themselves may purchase an electric vehicle, but they're also likely to share the joys of an electric vehicle with their friends and family, and just generally expand the public interest in the electric vehicle industry as a whole. Obviously, the industry as a whole is going to be going up, but for the remainder of the video, I'm going to share my top picks for the electric vehicle industry for you. And we've actually covered a lot of these stocks in the past, so I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to learn more, but I'll just be going over a little bit about each company. The first company is going to be Lordstown Motors, and as you can see, they're making a truck called the 2021 Endurance. And what makes this truck so special is just how efficient it is. Your average internal combustion vehicle will have thousands of different moving parts, which makes everything very hard to repair and also decreases the efficiency compared to just 4 moving parts. With these 4 moving parts, they're able to have a 75 mile per gallon equivalent in their truck. And obviously when the government goes looking as to which type of vehicle it wants to buy, they're going to be looking for something that is energy efficient. In terms of the stock price, it's made a nice run ever since we covered it at right around $13 or $14. It's up to $26 and just today has gained over $3 and right around 15%. The next company that I think might be a great investment is XL Fleet. They have a variety of vehicles ranging from your basic pickup truck to your moving style van to more cargo and passenger vans. And this one could be especially interesting if eventually the government begins to mandate things like airports or hotels to use their electric vehicles. That is where these vans would become extremely likely to be purchased by the government. I really like XL Fleet because they also have XL Link, and XL Link allows people to see the statistics from when they drive. This includes things like the miles per gallon, your drive cycle, the amount of CO2 emission reduction that you produced. I think this is a pretty unique feature that not a lot of these other companies have. This stock again has made a very nice run since we covered it at, once again, I believe $12 or $13. It made its run all the way up over 30, so you will need to be careful with that resistance up there. But just today it's up right around $1 and right around 5%. So not quite as big of a run, but it's a little bit lesser known and a little bit less popular of a company. The next company that I think could be an interesting investment is Workhorse, and they have the C650 and the C1000 delivery vehicles. One thing that concerns me is the fact that they say their vans only have a 100-mile range, but when you keep in mind their purpose, that's not a big deal. Another big thing about this company is that they're already working with UPS as well as FedEx, and they've been fighting for a government contract with USPS, and after the announcement that Joe made this morning, I think they're even more likely to get the job. Obviously, a lot of other investors notice this and agree because just today they're up $7.50 and up over 30%, and this is only continuing to grow as I record this video. Another great EV stock and something a little bit different in the industry is ChargePoint. They don't actually make the electric vehicles, and instead they focus on producing the power for them. This is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, electric charging station company in the entire country. They also have a really great and efficient mobile app, along with nationwide recognition. One thing that I didn't mention earlier was that he has also pledged to spend billions of dollars to add over 500,000 electric vehicle charging stations all throughout the United States. And so ChargePoint is going to be one of the biggest players to compete for that government contract. ChargePoint stock is up over 200% ever since we mentioned it at right around $15. It's made its way all the way up to $40, and just today is up an additional $2 or just over 5%. I don't think people are thinking about these charging stocks as well as these battery stocks that I'm just about to talk about as much as they're thinking about the companies that actually build the vehicles. That could make a charging or battery stock an actual better play than the extremely hyped electric vehicle stocks. My last stock on my top list of EV stocks, and arguably my favorite, is going to be Romeo Power. Now, once again, they're not actually producing vehicles, and instead they're producing the batteries that go into a variety of these electric vehicles. Now, what exactly makes their battery better than everyone else? It's quite simple. Their energy density of their batteries is one of, if not the highest in the industry. And so when we're talking about one of the biggest problems with electric vehicles, which is their range, Romeo Power is out to solve that problem. And so far, they've been pretty darn good at progressing to fix it. They also mentioned that in particular, this Hermes battery is a perfect module for trucks and buses, which is a great thing considering around half of that government fleet is trucks or buses. We mentioned this stock right around $12, I believe. It made its run up to around $30. It's since retraced all the way back to $20, but today it's up right around $2 and 10%. And I believe that this stock, along with all of the others on this list, are nowhere near done with their run. I don't think a lot of people have heard of this news yet, and as this word spreads, I think the electric vehicle stock sector will go crazy. Now, if you're wondering why I'm missing two of the biggest EV names in the industry, in NIO and Tesla, there's two main reasons for that. In terms of NIO, it's because President Biden announced that the entire federal electric fleet will be American made. So since NIO is a Chinese stock, they are not going to be included. And when it comes to Tesla, it's mostly just due to the fact that their cars are far too expensive to land a government contract. They're trying to appeal to the higher class audience, and so the government is just not going to be buying into that. And this is shown by their stock price. You can see that NIO was actually slightly down today, so it did not react to this news much. And this also goes for Tesla, only being up 0.6% today. I hope you did go on to enjoy today's video, and if you learned something new, make sure you leave a like down below to show your appreciation, and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos like this one. Also, feel free to comment your thoughts about this video or any stocks that you've been looking at recently. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one.